Good morning. Welcome to week 1 of your Summer Fit Challenge. I'm going to introduce my live students. My daughter Hadessa, she's going to be my intermediate student, and my younger daughter Connie Faye, she is my modifier student. So she's going to do the modification poses. So for all those, keep your eye on her, and I'll be showing you whatever I want. Okay, now we're going to start off with standing straight. Put yourself in the right mindset, and we're going to stretch. Mountain, breathe up, stretch your fingers, pull in your abs. Now we're going to go to a side bend to the left, pull your hand down your leg. Your modification for this is just not to go as deep. Stretch. Breathe into a stretch. Come up back into mountain. Stretch. Now side bend to the right. Breathe in. Come back to mountain. Now we're just going to roll down into a tabletop position. In tabletop, you want to have your knees and hands hip and shoulder length apart. So we're going to do our tabletop, and we're going to go into cow. Inhale, go ahead and exhale. We're going to stay in this position. Try to stretch your clavicle and your tailbone. You want to face your tailbone as far to the sky as you can. Look up. Hold in your abs. And reverse. We're going to go into cat. Arch your back. Pull your abs in. And breathe. Good. From here, go back into your tabletop. We're going to go into a downward dog position. Downward dog is just like this. If you need to modify it, you just bend your knees and bring your heels off the ground. Downward dog. Stretch into your downward dog. Take this as an opportunity to loosen up your hips by pedaling your knees or bending your back and moving your shoulders. Okay, now I'm going to show you variation of chaturanga, high to low plank, and an upward dog. Connie Faye is my modification. Chaturanga, high plank, lower down, come through to upward dog, and breathe. Back into your downward dog. Tuck your toes and push yourself up into upward dog. We're going to do that 2 more times. Chaturanga. Remember to keep your elbows towards your rib cage and scoot up. Only your toes and your hands should be touching the mat unless you are doing it on your knees like Connie Faye. Push back up into your downward dog. We're going to do it 1 more time. Push out your hips. Chaturanga. Lower down and upward dog. Come back into your downward dog. Now step to the top of your mat and come into chair. We're just going to hold chair for a few seconds. Breathe. Remember the tip of your knees. We want our knees good for 100 years. Keep them behind your toes. To check, just make sure you can see your toes. Okay, we're going to go into a prayer twist. Take your your left elbow to your right knee. The modification is to stay here. If you're ready to go deeper, look up. Breathe. Okay, come back to center. Bring your right foot back. This is crescent. Remember, with crescent, you bring your heel up. The modification for this is to not go as low. Step as wide as you can. You will actually be more stable if you do. Okay, hold that. Now we're gonna pulse. 1, 6 times. 2, 3, don't go as low if you can't. 4, 5, 6, hold. Good, now we're going to put our weight, transition your weight into your left foot and come up. If you need to, use a chair for warrior 3. Now you can have your hands to your back, to your sides, or to your front, whichever makes you feel more stable. Just breathe into it. And if you fall out, just get back into it. You gotta go somewhere. Okay, lower down, bring your feet even, and back into chair. Now we're gonna go into our prayer twist. This time right elbow to left knee. Make sure you keep your head and shoulders above your butt. Back to center. Now, crescent lunge with the left. Just work your toes out. Make sure your knee is aligned with your ankle. Okay, we're gonna pulse those 6 times. Go as low as you can, but don't overextend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. Now, transfer your weight into your right leg and go into your warrior 3. Just hold that pose. Okay, calm down, and we're gonna go into a runner's lunge. In runner's lunge, we're going to push our knee forward by moving the back foot a little bit. We're gonna do this 6 times. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're gonna move up and down, staying in our runner's lunge. Lift, lower. This is really good for your hips. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna line up your toes into your warrior 1 stance. So remember, in warrior 1, heel to the ground, and just bend your forward leg. Push into that without pushing your knee. We're gonna hold that stretch for a minute. Now we're gonna go into pyramid. In pyramid, you're going to straighten that front leg, and you're gonna hinge forward from the hips. Modified pyramid is to only go down halfway. You can use your thigh for support. For those of you who are ready to go further, aim forehead to knee. Lower your chest, only go as far as you can. Aim forehead to knee, you don't have to make it there today. You can keep your hands on the floor for support, or you can do a bound arm variation. Breathe into the stretch. And now rise up slowly and do a back bend with your arms. And now we're going to go down. Everybody bring your arms down. And we're going to switch our runner's lunge to the other side. So now we're going to push this knee forward 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Now come up in your runner, in your warrior one pose. Breathe. Push into that front leg. Remember not to put pressure on the knee. We want them for 100 years. Okay, now straightening out your front leg. We're going to go into our pyramid. Your variation. Forward. Bound arms if you want, if it suits you. Come up slowly, back bend, and lower back down, this time bringing your hands down. Okay, now bring your foot back to meet the other foot. We're going to go into a downward dog. Okay, now bring your right foot up and between your two hands. Line your back foot. I'm pointing at Connie with my toes, and you're going to come up in your warrior two. Now, warrior two, bend your forward knee. Go into your deepest variation. The modification here is not to go as deep, go wide. We're going to hold this. We're going to pulse up and down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Come up. Now, step in with your back leg just a little. Straighten your front leg unless you're doing the modified version. If you're doing modified triangle, you're going to do it this way. If you're ready to go deeper, put your hand flat on the floor for support. And if you're ready for the full posture, barely graze the floor with your fingers. Now, in any of these variations, focus on a straight back and your outstretched hand stretching up. And breathe. Okay, we're going to circle our arm around and breathe at the top. Circle your arm around again. And we're going to go back into our downward dog. Pedal out your hips. Now, bring your left leg up and your foot in between your hands. Line your back foot up. Now my back foot is pointing towards Vinyasa, and we're coming up in our warrior two. Stretch out your hands and look over your arm. Straighten your back. Go as deep as you're able. And now we're going to do our pulse 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now bring your back foot in a little. Straighten that front leg. Whatever variation you took on the other side, do now. We're going to go into triangle. Straight back, outstretched hand. Stretch towards your inspiration and your exploration. You can reach any goal you set for yourself. Breathe. Okay, circle your hand around. And breathe up. Circle your hand around one more time. And go into your downward dog. Scoot your hips back. Okay, now we're going to go into plank. You can hold plank for 30 seconds. If you're doing the modification, you're following Connie on your knees. If you're in between, you can do it on your forearms. And this is a full version. All right, we can do this. Counting down from 30. Okay, we're at 15, you're halfway there. In 4, we're gonna lower all the way down. 3, 2, 1, lower down slowly with control. There. Stretch out, point your toes towards the wall. Keep your hands under your shoulders. Come up slightly. This is Cobra. Breathe. In. Out. Okay, lay down. Put your left feet on the floor. Everyone stay here while I guide you through one-legged locust. In one-legged locust, you're going to lift one leg. We're going to focus on the left leg. You're going to lift from your hip. Lift your leg up. The only modification here is to not go as deep. Lift your leg up and hold. Keep your hips, as much as you can, squared. Hold. Okay, lower down. Now, we're going to do a pulse. So, flex your foot. That's using the heel, aiming it towards the ceiling. Bring the leg up and pulse. Like you're kicking the ceiling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and lower down. Now you're going to bring that same foot back up, and we're going to move it up and down. Up slow, down slow, up slow, down slow, up slow, down slow, up slow, down slow, up slow, down slow. One more time, up and down. Good, come back into your cobra. Breathe. And come back down. This time right cheek to the mat. And we're gonna work our right leg. So lift your foot and hold. Okay, lower your leg all the way down. And now flex your foot and get ready to pulse. Bring your leg up and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and back down. Okay, now we're gonna lift and lower 6 times slow. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Just 2 more times. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Awesome job. Push up and back into child's pose. Now this is a working stretch. Walk your fingertips towards the front of your mat, stretching your arms, stretching your back, push your hips into your heels, and coming up into downward dog. Again, this is another working stretch, working rest. Just push your shoulders back, or bring your heels up, pedal out your knees, do whatever suits you in this moment. Okay, bring your right leg up, and then you're going to shoot it forward. Bring your knee and your foot behind your hand. Now, for pigeon, that's what we were in, pigeon pose, modification is to have this heel closer to your thigh and to stay upright. If you're ready for more, you can start working your way down. Come to your forearms, or you can lay down forehead to floor. You can also use a block. And breathe into that stretch. Okay, come back up. Tuck your toe and swing your leg up and back down to meet your other leg. Pedal it out. Now we're going to go to the other side. Bring your leg up and into pigeon. Whatever variation you took on the other side, try to match on this side. Okay, and come up, tuck your toe, and back into downward dog. And now we're going to take a seat into our staff. Okay, this is staff pose. Focus on straightening your back, sitting up straight, and just breathe into it. Oh, doesn't it feel good to sit down? Don't use your arms. Use your back. There you go. That's better for your abs. Okay, now we're going to go into our forward bend or fold. If you're doing modified, you're only going to bend. Bend is out like this. If you're ready to try folding, you're going to walk your hands down your legs, go as deep as you are able, and start by lowering your chest. Chest should hit the legs first. Once your chest gets as low as it can go, then you can take your head down. You can just rest on your chest or you can use a block. And we're going to breathe into that pose. Okay, carefully come up. And we're going to go into hero's pose. You're just going to slide each leg to the outside of your thighs, heels to hips. Just go as far as you're able. The modification is to just not go as deep. Focus on keeping your back straight and breathing. And from here, we're going to go to bridge. We're going to spin around. You don't have to. We're going to spin around so you can see us from this angle. You're going to lay down. You're going to bring your hands down to your sides. Your heels and hips are going to do all the work here. Lift your hips. Stay looking at the ceiling. Aim chest for chin. Now we're just going to hold in this position. Okay, now we are going to pulse. Little movements at the top. 2. We're going to pulse for 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and hold. Okay, now you're going to unlock your hands. We're going to lower down to the ground, but we're not going to rest. So you're just going to brush the ground and come back up. We're going to do that 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you're halfway there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, on 12, we're going to hold again. 12 hold. This is your last hold. You can do this Your muscles in your legs are powerful. Breathe into it. Remember to breathe. Okay, we're going to lower all the way down. We're going to go into fish pose. You're going to stretch your legs out, prop yourself up on your elbows, and bend your head back. Hello. If you can, let your top of your head, the crown of your head touch the ground. If not, your modification just to prop on your elbows. Not even. Modifications to prop on your elbows. There you go. Okay, come up. We are going to spin back around. You guys can stay where you're at. And we're going to go from Lord of, we're going to do half Lord of the Fishes. Just cross your feet, grab your knee, focus on straightening your back. And unless you have a back injury, follow me. You're going to use your left elbow to your right knee, come around, inhale, straighten, exhale, twist. Only go as far as you're able. Come back to center. Prop up one more time and switch your legs. Straighten your back on this side and prop again. Remember to inhale, straighten, exhale, twist. I see you, Vinyasa. And center. All right, now we're going to do head to knee. You're just going to bring your right leg out, your left foot in. Now, your modification is just not to go as deep. You can go here, or you can stretch out and go here. Focus on keeping your back straight as you lower down a little bit. If you're going to go for the full variation, we're aiming head to knee, but you start by lowering your chest. Once your chest touches your leg, that's when you lower down your head. This is how we prevent injury. So chest, then head, and just breathe. Okay, now come up and switch legs. And again, this is a good stretch for you. Stay here. Otherwise, practice by bringing your chest down first and then your head. If you find one side tighter than the other, that's okay. Do what you can for each side. It's normal to have one tighter side. Just breathe into it. Okay, roll up. And we're going to go into Happy Baby. The girls are going to spin around. Happy Baby is when you stand up on your back and you bring your feet up towards the air and grab the nice edges of your feet. In that position, you can rock from side to side. Just make sure you're using ab control. You need to make sure the soles of your feet stay facing the air. If it feels good, you can transition your arms down here and you can carefully and gently push your knees down closer to your ribs. So, how does that feel, Vanessa? A little bit more of a stretch? If you're not ready to gently push your knees down, then don't go that far. Okay, we're going to go from happy baby to resting angel. There you go. So try to ensure that your legs and arms are going to the four corners of your mat. Point your toes, stretch your fingers. Corners of the mat, stretch your toes, point your fingers. Now push your lower back into the mat. There you go. And breathe in deeply. Close your eyes. Think about your day. Let negativity fall away. And grab onto positive things. Be proud of yourself for choosing a healthy practice. Choosing whatever healthy habit you chose today. Give yourself patience. Meet yourself where you're at. You have 100 years to practice. All right, when you're ready, come up to a easy pose. The girls will help you spin around. Okay, welcome to basic pose. You've just learned about 31 yoga poses for beginners. These are your building blocks. Almost every pose in yoga is going to be built off of these basic poses. I hope you enjoy. Practice often. Namaste.